We all know Seattle is known for its rain, right? But have you ever wondered what it actually takes to calculate how much rain actually falls?
I have wondered that, and Shannon O'Donnell went behind the scenes with the people who are doing just that. Shannon, you got a chance to kind of work with him here.
Yeah, absolutely. Get behind the scenes. Professor Robert Howes at the University of Washington just wrapped up the Olympex campaign to try and answer that very question. He was the principal investigator on a field project that was years in the making.
It's harder than just sticking a thermometer up and measuring the temperature. It's just tricky, and people have been trying to do this for thousands of years. It still is a difficult problem.
In an effort to solve this problem, NASA launched the Global Precipitation Measurement Satellite, or GPM, in 2014. The GPM orbits the Earth 16 times per day, recording rain and snowfall with each pass. To make sure it's getting it right from above, measurements must be taken from down below. A series of field campaigns have taken place all around the world to verify the satellite's measurements, and the latest mission took place right here in our backyard on the Olympic Peninsula.
Before the satellite was launched, I was given the task of trying to think of a place that would be an ideal place to test how well the satellite could perform, where you're getting both rain and snow, and you've got both ocean and mountains. And I thought, well, I can see that from my office.
Anyone can do a field study just by putting a rain gauge outside, but a study of this magnitude is so much more.
The campaign is more like its name implies, it's more like a military campaign where you've got airplanes, you may have ships, radars, ground operations, we call them.
Komo photographer Steve Rameli and I visited the Olympex ground crews this winter. University of Washington research scientist Angela Rao was busy manning the M-Pole radar site near the Washington coast.
Why do it out here, stuck on this hill on the peninsula?
We know it's going to rain here, so it's great to get the project here because we're guaranteed to get a lot of data on the rain and the snow. And we have, in a very short distance, the ocean, high terrain, and rain and snow. So we're getting this huge range of data in a very small location.
Angela's partner on the day we visited was Greg Herman, a graduate student from Colorado State. They were attempting to launch a radio sonde, a weather balloon carrying instrumentation high into the atmosphere on a particularly gusty December afternoon. The first try didn't go off too well.
Oh. Sorry, taking me. Are we good? Yeah. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that stunk.
After regrouping in the shelter of a small trailer, we go for the launch a second time.
Are we good? Oh, man, this is, I don't feel very comfortable. 3, 2, 1. Go. Oh.
All right, I think it cleared.
It cleared. That was a little hairy.
While it's been a stormy winter, those involved in the Olympics campaign wouldn't have it any other way.
This is exactly what we want, and I'm really excited about it. I'll never complain about the rain.
Tell that to radar meteorologist Alicia Gilliland, stationed miles inland along the shores of Lake Quinault. A series of ultra-rainy storms forced her to get creative with the Dow, the Doppler on wheels.
To prevent it from becoming Doppler on water, what we ended up having to do is add more wood blocks underneath to elevate the hydraulic feet.
Graduate student Joe Zagrodnik, one of the most outdoorsy in an already adventurous group, was tasked with bringing a lot of the equipment into the higher elevations of the Olympic Mountains. He initially did so with the help of mules and still checks on the instrument sites throughout the campaign. The extra stormy winter has made traversing the tough terrain even trickier.
I always go out with someone from the Park Service, so we have, he's kind of my Sherpa sometimes. Yeah. We joke around that.
Back at the University of Washington, Professor Robert Howes and his colleagues now have the task of combing through the data from Olympex.
In Olympics, we were measuring things that we couldn't have imagined that we could have done 40 years ago.
And when the next field campaign does come along, there won't be any problem finding researchers to commit to months in the elements, wind, rain, or snow.
We're scientists, so I guess we're not your normal breed.
And the annual Northwest Weather Workshop took place this weekend at the Sandpoint Weather Service office. The initial findings from the Olympics campaign were discussed there.
Tell you what, I will never take any forecast for granted again, knowing the lengths that they go to get that data. That is wild.
And a Doppler on wheels?
Doppler on wheels,
no idea.
And it was almost on water with the flooding. And Angela Rao there, I thought she was going to fly away like Mary Poppins off the cliff with the radios on. The weather balloon absolutely was so gusty that day.
day. Well, they've had plenty of precipitation to measure this season, that's for sure. We're breaking loads of records, and we're